This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited to share with you everything that happened in Las Vegas this week. I even met a guy, Greg, that I was playing with at Circa that was winning nonstop, and we're going to showcase the way he plays tonight, and we're going to put this in a head-to-head matchup, and I have so much other things to tell you about what happened in Las Vegas this week, from meeting more subscribers than I've ever met before on a trip, mostly at Circa and Resorts World, and I'm going to tell you about that as well. But let's start with this matchup between, we're going to do triple martingale against the new system, and he calls this the one from Greg, and he was doing unbelievable with this. So we're going to test these out. The reason we're putting it up against triple martingale is because I saw a bunch of people playing triple martingale as well at the tables. So we're going to look back at that again, and we're going to bet on everything except what hit last. And let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. This should be exciting. I can't wait to share with you this system called the one from Greg. But first, let's make some money with triple martingale. We're going to triple that bet because we just lost. We're going to go from 10 to 30 and spin. And the benefit of playing triple martingale is that when you win, you recover immediately. However, if you get a bunch of the same dozen to hit in a row like we're seeing right here, it can bite you. But we're going to go ahead and triple. But I did see a lot of people winning playing triple martingale. So let's go ahead and spin again here. So we're going to take another look at that today. And then the new system, the one. And my goodness, we started out with a bunch of losses in a row here. And this is a $2,000 bankroll system. We're minus 440. But the thing to remember is with triple martingale, all it takes is one. So we're going to have to triple that 180 bet. So that would be, let's see, 540. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. And man, this one's struggling right out of the gate, but I bet we get the win right here and get back on track. Let's go ahead and do that, and make sure we have enough left as well. We do have enough left in our bankroll to place one more large bet, and I bet we get the win right here. Here we go. And we did. That's a 14 red. So with triple martingale, when you finally win, as long as you have enough bankroll, you always recover, which is the nice part about it. But the progression gets a little bit fast sometimes. So let's go ahead and bet on first and third 12 now for 10 each and spin. And here we go. All right, but most of the people I saw playing it were winning on the second, third, or fourth spin. That's not very likely that you're going to lose. We lost a bunch of them in a row there, but it can happen. So remember that. And let's see, the last one that hit was that 16. So we're going to triple that bet. We lost that one. And now we're going to have a $30 bet on first and third. And here we go. We lost again. So let's go ahead and triple that bet again. Here we go. We're going to go from 30 to 90. And really, I didn't see that many people going past 90 each. I know we've already gone way past that so far in testing. And that's a 26 black. Okay, there we go. We got a win. And we're up $110. So let's go ahead and we'll be on first and second. We'll leave out the one that hit last. And if you're playing triple martingale, whenever you get up a good amount, I would cash out. This is one you don't want to play long term. So let's go ahead and we'll go 30. We'll triple that bet. But normally you get a lot more wins than what we've had so far. But again, it's not a system you want to play all night long. That's a 20 black. That's a nice win, and we're up $120. So now we'll be on first and third for 10 each, and let's spin. And I have so much more to tell you. So first of all, I got to tell you about what happened on my flight today, and everybody that I met in at these casinos. We're up $130, and now we'll be on first and second for 10 each. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 32 red. That is a loss, so we're going to triple that bet from 10 to 30 and spin. And everything was going well on our flight. We even got in the airplane, and we were headed out to the runway and about to take off. And that's another loss. Let's go ahead and triple that from 30 to 90 and spin. I bet we get the win right here on first and second 12. Let's see. And then I'll continue with that. There we go. That's a nice win on 22 black. Okay, so we're up 140, and we'll be on first and third now. Let's go ahead and spin. So right as our plane was about to take off, the girl straight across from me just starts putting her hand over her mouth, and she runs to the bathroom. And she throws up in the sink. And we just tripled that bet from 10 to 30. And after she did that, we got an instant text message on our phones that says, we're returning to the airport because we're having a problem with the lavatories. And we got the win there. Let's go ahead and go back to second and third and spin. So we ended up spending 2.5 more hours sitting there on the runway before we took off. And then they let the girl back in again. And after they took her off the plane, we're up $160. We'll be on first and third. And let's go ahead and spin. So that happened, but most of the trip was fantastic. That's a 26 black. And let's see, we are up $170. And let me know down in the comments if you've had some crazy stuff happen on airplanes to you when you're traveling. And would love to hear about that down in the comments as well. I've had a lot more other crazy stuff happen this year as well. And that's another win. We're up $180. And let's go ahead and spin. But this is the most subscribers I've ever seen on a trip, mostly in Resorts World, but also in Circa and New York, New York. And so I made my way around a little bit playing roulette and did fantastic on this trip. And I will say I had a little bit of luck on my side because I placed a few bets that were a little higher than what I would normally place and won a bunch of them. So we're up 190. And you always want to play as safe as possible, but sometimes even I get a little bit greedy, and it paid off this trip though. I just felt like I was going to win, so I really increased my bets, and it paid off. So we'll talk about more of that as we go through, and let's go ahead and triple that bet and spin. And that definitely made me feel like, because I played a lot of automated roulette, especially at Resorts World, and definitely made me feel like it is not ever rigged. And, I've always heard from, the guys that work in the casino industry that that video roulette, is rigged against you, but that automated roulette where the ball falls is not. And I definitely thought that was the case this week because I lost a lot of small bets. And when I placed the really large bets, like $500 a spin, I won pretty much all of them this week. And that doesn't always happen. But if those things were rigged, you would not win a bunch of your large bets. So that made me feel better about automated roulette. And that's an 18 red. Okay, that's a loss. We're up $190. So we're going to have to triple that bet from 10 to 30 and spin. And one of my subscribers that I met at Resorts World, he after I met him and took a picture with him and stuff, his wife came over about 15 minutes later. And this is pretty funny. We just lost that one. We're going to go from 30 to 90. And she said, you're the last person I hear every night before I go to bed because my husband watches you every night right before we go to bed. So I thought that was pretty crazy too. We're up $220. But everyone that I've met recently has just been awesome. And you guys really appreciate all the support. And I'm glad you guys are working with me to find the best roulette system possible each day. I sure enjoy it. And we're up $230. And I will tell you guys, I did see some roulette machines with 4 zeros on them. 0, 00, 000, and quadruple 0, which I can't believe anybody would play. But there were a few people playing them. It's hard to believe. Let's go ahead and spin. And all the rumors that people are saying about Las Vegas being dead are completely false. It was so crazy on Labor Day weekend there. You would not think that at all. In fact, I checked about 5 different groups of people in that were with me, and every single one of them told me that they were sold out for the entire weekend, and it was busy everywhere. And there's a nice win. We're up $240. Let's go second and third and spin. And a lot more to tell you, but also, again, this system that Greg was using next to me in Circa, we're going to share with you tonight. And he was doing fantastic. So we're going to go 10 to 30 here and spin with triple martingale. And then we'll get to that system that Greg calls the one here pretty soon. That's a 26 black. And that's a win. We'll be on first and second, 12 now. We're up $250. And here we go. And that's a 35 black. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and triple that bet. And as always, I had amazing meals this week in Las Vegas. There's just so much good food. And that's a 3 red. That's another win. We're up $260. Let's go second and third 12 and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 0 there, and that is a loss. We'll triple that bet from 10 to 30. And spin again here. And you can see, even though we started out with all those losses, you can see we haven't had near as many. And this is more of what, I was seeing, people next to me that were playing triple martingale on this trip doing. We're up $270, and we'll be on first and third. But again, you can, if you get a bunch of 1 dozen in a row, you can lose your bankroll with this one. So you don't want to play it all night long. But it is a really good system for trying to make a little bit and cashing out. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. And on the automated machines, a lot of them won't let you bet over like 25 numbers. So 2 dozens is a really good way to play on those. When I play, and we're going to go 30 to 90. When I play with the live dealer, I usually bet more numbers to start and start peeling them off. But on the automated machines, you can't do that. So 2 dozens is perfect for that. That's a nice win. We're up $280. And let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. All right. That's a 28 black. And that's a $10 win. We're up $290. We'll be on first and second. I couldn't believe they let the girl that threw up in the bathroom back in the plane. Because when we took off, then there was tons of turbulence, and I was like, oh my God, this isn't going to start again, right? But let me know, your stories about flying as well. I've had some crazy ones lately, and that's a 0-0. We lost that one. So let's go ahead and triple that bet. We're going to go from 30 to 90 and spin. And we'll see if we can get the recovery here. I bet we get a win right here. Let's find out. There it is. That's a 3 red. All right, that's a $90 win. We're up $300, and we'll be on second and third. But remember, this wasn't possible without having a good-sized bankroll, and that's one thing I always make sure I do, especially when I go to Las Vegas, is you can't have enough of a bankroll. Like, the more you have, the better off you are. And when I used to go to Vegas when I was younger, and only brought like $500 or $1,000. I always had much more problem because I couldn't recover when things went really south. But if you have a lot of money with you when you go to Vegas, you have a much better chance of recovering when things go bad. But remember that you're also risking more. So don't gamble with money that you can't afford to lose. We're up $320. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 32 red. And that's a win, and we're up $330. Let's go first and second now and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 33 black. Okay, we lost that one. Let's triple that bet. Now we're at 30 each, 60 total here. I bet we get the win right here. I think we didn't, actually. That's a loss, so we'll triple that up again. We'll go 30 to 90. And again, I don't advocate playing this way for long periods of time. But I do think it's a great way to make money in the short term and cash out. Because normally you're not going to get what you saw early. And the only reason we got through that, and that was a nice win there, we're up 340. The only reason we got through that is because we had the appropriate bankroll. And we needed to get that last win. And that's a 35 black there. That's a nice win. So now we're up $350. And we'll be on first and second 12. And remember, too, if this is too much for you, you can always bet smaller. And then your bankroll doesn't need to be as big. But the more the merrier when it comes to the bankroll. We're up $360. And we're on second and third 12. But I always notice, like, if I bring at least $10,000 with me to Vegas, it seems like I never need it all. And I always end up winning. But if like I used to when I was younger, if I bring like $1,000 to Vegas, it seems like before you know it, you're in trouble, and then you have to go get money back out. So I've just always felt better at least if you can afford to gamble with it. I always do so much better in Vegas if I just bring a lot of money. We're up $380. Although I will say, do not drop it because I dropped $400 while I was there, and some lady came up behind me and said, "Hey, you dropped this." So I need to do a better job of not losing money. We're at $390, and let's go ahead and spin. Let me know down in the comments too if you've lost money while you were gambling or you've dropped money while you were gambling. That's a 23 red. And we lost. Let's triple that up. And spin. And here we go. That's a 13 black. And that is a loss. We're up $310. Let's go ahead and triple that from 30 to 90. And we're coming right down the stretch here. In fact, the next one we get a win on will be the last spin. We're almost to 15 minutes, and that's an 8 black. Okay, we got the win. So with triple martingale, we made $400 profit in 15 minutes. And 15 minutes is probably a good amount of time to play triple martingale. Again, get up and get out, like Sonny always says. And that is the way to play triple martingale. So now it is time for the new roulette system of the day, the one that Greg shared with me at Circa. And we're going to jump right into that and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the one by Greg, and he was playing this way next to me in Circa in Las Vegas this week, and he was cleaning up. I'm going to share with you how he was doing it right now, and let's place the bets, and we're going to have some corner bets to start, and then we're going to have 2 jackpot numbers in the 1720. This is a $35 total bet, and I can't wait to share with you how this works. Let's get started and start making some money with the one by Greg, and that's a $10 win. We're up 10. We're just going to remove that corner bet that just hit. Let's go ahead and take that out and spin. And not only was he winning consistently with this, and I'll show you how he does it, but when he hit jackpot numbers, they were huge. And that's another nice win there. We're up $25 now. Let's remove that one that just hit right there. And now we only have 1 jackpot number left. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. Okay, that's a 26 black, and that's another win. So we're at $45, and you never go below 5. So we're going to go ahead and restart now. So let's go ahead and do that and place the bets again. So let's go ahead and put those out there, and I can't wait to hit some jackpots with this. When I saw him hitting jackpots, boy, it really paid out. And the 17 and 20 are definite jackpot numbers with this system. And there's a 0. That one's not the best, but that's okay. When that happens, we're just going to double up. So let's go ahead and go from 35 to 70 and spin. And let's see if we can get a win here. Let's see. It's almost hit the double 0 there, but that's a 27 red. That's a nice win. So we're up $30 currently until we recover on this one. So we're going to remove that one. And then we're just going to spin again here. Now we're at a $60 total bet. And here we go. That's a 24 black. And we lost that one, so we're going to need to double up again. This is why we have a good bankroll with this system. But I bet we get the win here. We have 6 corner bets out there right now, and that's a 27 red. We didn't get it, though. Okay. This is a $2,000 bankroll system, so we have plenty of money to double up. But this has been very unlucky so far. Let's get a win here. And that's a 23 red. There we go. That's a good win. We're at minus 30 though, and that's because we're going to need to remove that one that just hit there. And then we're just going to spin again. So let's see what we get on this one. And by taking that off, we should get, and we almost hit the 17 jackpot there. That should have been really good. That would have been amazing. But now we're back up 130. You don't go below 5, so we restart. So let's go ahead and do that. And spin. And once you hit a 17 or a 20, it's probably time to cash out because you probably just made a ton of money. We're up $130, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 29 black. That's a nice win. We're up $140. Let's go ahead and remove that one. And then spin again here. Now instead of 7, we have 6 corner bets out there. And that's a 21 red. Now we're talking. That's a $15 win. We're up $155. And if that happens, then it takes away the jackpots, and that's okay. We're going to spin again, though, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 32 red. and we got the win. So now we're up $175, and we haven't even hit a jackpot yet. I wait till we hit a jackpot. It's going to be awesome. And there's our bets again. Let's go ahead and start back over. Again, we don't go below 5, and it's not always the same amount of numbers because of the overlapping. That's a $10 win. We're up 185. Let's go ahead and remove the 11, 8, the 8, 9, 11, 12 corner and spin. And here we go. Let's see what we get on this one. That's a 19 red. That's a nice win. So we are up 200. Let's go ahead and remove that one. And let's take that one out. And again, we don't go below 5, but we're going to bet on 5. And here we go. That's a 19 red. And we lost. So we're going to double up again. This is why we have that $2,000 bankroll with this one. If you want to use dollar units on this one, which would be a $7 starting bet, all you have to do is, again, use dollar units, but the bankroll is going to be much, much smaller. So you can divide that by 5 and have a $400 bankroll. Let's go ahead and double up because we lost. And the good thing is we still have 5 corner bets out there. So let's get a win right here. Okay, that's an 11 black. And we missed it. So we're going to have to double up again. Now we're at $200 total bet. And here we go. That's a 35 black. There's a nice win of $160. We're up 185. And again, once you win with 5, you reset. Now, sometimes you're going to make more than other times. So let's go ahead and place those bets back out there again. And again, you want to cash out when you hit a 17 or a 20, unless you end up taking that one out. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And you'd only take it out if you hit one of those numbers in that corner and had to be removed. That's a 9 red. That's a nice win. We're up 195. Let's remove that one. Okay, now let's go ahead and spin again here. See if we can get a good win on this one. And here we go. That's a 23 red. That's a nice win. We're up $210 now. Let's go ahead and remove that one and spin. Now we're down to 5 again. So once we get a win, we will reset. That's a 36 red. There's a good one. So we're up $230 now. And we're going to reset because we don't go below 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Get our 2 jackpot numbers set up again, and let's spin. And again, once you hit the 17 or 20, cash out and declare victory over the casino. That's a 12 red. It's a nice win. We're up 240. Let's go ahead and take that 12 out and then spin again here at $30 total bet now. And here we go. And that's a 0, so we definitely lost that one. We're going to double that bet up. So we're going to go from 30 to 60 and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. That's a nice win. We're up 240. Let's go ahead and remove that one. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again here now. And we have 5 corners again. So once we get a win, we reset. Oh my goodness, we keep hitting zeros. Okay, so we're going to have to double up again. This is why we have that $2,000 bankroll, or you can use a $400 bankroll with dollar units, and then that would be a $7 starting bet if you were playing, if you wanted to play with for less. And again, don't play with money that you can't afford to lose. And we're up $270. That was a win with 5 corners, so that means we restart. We're still being patient, waiting for the 17 or the 20 to hit. And once it does, it's going to be time to cash out and take a bunch of money with us, just like Greg was doing at Circa. And that's a 28 black. And that's a loss. So normally you don't lose with this many, but sometimes you do. You just double up and spin. And we do have 7 corner bets out there. And there's our 20 right there. That's a nice $110 win. We're up $345, and if you were playing in the casino, this would be the time to cash out after you hit that jackpot. However, we are going to keep going because on this channel we test things for systems for 15 minutes regardless, so that we get a good idea of what happens, good or bad. So we're going to keep testing this one. But when you're playing in the casino and you hit a jackpot number and you're up $345 very quickly, go ahead and cash out and declare victory over the casino and know that you won for the night. That's a 21 red. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up $355. We'll go ahead and remove that, which takes our jackpot numbers away on this go round. But that's okay. We can still make some money on the other corners, so let's do that. Okay, that's a 36 red. That's a good one. So we're up $370. And let's go ahead and remove that. And now we're down to 5 corners again, so once we get a win, we reset. Here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, that's a $20 win. We're up $390, and you can see that was at 5 corners. So we start over and go back to the starting bet. All right, let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right, let's get a win right here. We have 7 corners out there, good chance of winning, and that's a 3 red. Fantastic. We're at $400 now in a very short time, and let's remove that 2, 3, 5, 6 corner that just hit and spin again with 6 corners instead of 7 now. And that's a 35 black. That should be a win. And it is, so we're at $415. Let's go ahead and remove that one. And then now we're down to 5 corners. So if we win, we restart. Okay, that's a 15 black. And that's a loss. So we're going to go ahead and double up from 25 to 50 and spin. And let's see if we can get a win here. Oh my goodness. How many zeros are we going to hit today? It's okay though. We're going to double up, and we still got a good chance of hitting here. Let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a good win. That's a 19 red. That's a good one. $80 win. We're at $420. And again, it'd be awesome to hit another jackpot, but let's just keep making profit in the meantime. Again, we're already at $420. Another jackpot would really escalate our profits. And there's another jackpot right there. It wasn't doubled up or anything, but we'll take it. That's a $55 win. Now we're at $475. So we'll just go back to where we started and spin again. And obviously, if you hit a jackpot with all the numbers out there, it doesn't pay as much. But most of the time, it'll hit when when there's less numbers out there, and it's awesome. So let's go ahead now, and we lost that one, so we're just going to double up from 35 to 70. Normally you don't lose with 7 corners, but it does happen, and that's a 30 red. Okay, that's a good win. We're at 460. Let's go ahead and remove that corner that just hit, and then we'll go ahead and spin at a $65 total bet. Here we go. That's a 12 red. That's a nice win. We're at 490. Let's remove that. Okay, now we're down to 5 corners again. So if we get a win, we reset. And here we go. That's a 15 black. We didn't get that one, so we're going to have to double up from 50 to 100 and spin. Let's see if we can get a win here with 5 corners out there. That's a 27 red. It tried to hit that 00 again. Either way, we lost on that one, so we're going to have to double up again. And now we're at 100 each, $200 total bet out there. Boy, it almost hit the 20 there, and that's a 7 red, and we lost. So close, but it did not happen for us there. Now we're at 400. We really need to get a win, and let's get it right here. That's a 21 red. All right, that's a good one, $320 win. We're back up 460, and let's go ahead. And also tell you something that he told me. He said that when Greg said that when he gets up a lot, he actually doesn't go below 6 corners. So that's interesting. We can do that on a few here. But let's double up and spin. We're at 7 corners right now. So basically that's just a safety net once you've won a ton of money. And that's a 28 black. And that's another loss back to back. So that doesn't usually happen with this many numbers covered because we have 7 corners out there. And let's go ahead and spin. Boy, it almost hit the 17 there. That would have been nice. But we'll take a $40 win. We're up $395. Let's go ahead and remove that 5 now. And when you double up like this and you hit one of those jackpots, it is massive. I saw Greg do it a couple times. And here we go. That's a 13 black. And that's a nice $60 win. We're up $455. And so now we won with 6. And this is what he was talking about. He says once he gets up a lot, he doesn't go below 6. If he gets a win at 6, he just goes ahead and restarts. So basically that's just like a little safety net to protect what you've won. And let's see how we finish this one up. That's a 9 red there. That's another win. So we're at 465. So if you shift into that safety mode, you can see we're already at 6. So if we get a win here, we just automatically reset after 2 wins. And that's a 10 black. And you still have the ability to hit the jackpot numbers, even if you do that. So let's go ahead and spin again after we doubled up. And here we go. Hey, there we go. That's a 20 black. All right, that's a $120 win. We're almost to the 15-minute mark, so let's go ahead and stop right there. So after 15 minutes, we made $555 profit with the one by Greg. And Greg, thank you for sharing that with me at the table. And I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate everyone that came up to me and said hi in Las Vegas this week. And I'm just very lucky to have such great people in this community. Keep sending those systems into roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And we'll keep testing them out every day in the search for the best roulette system possible. I love that search, and I hope you guys do as well. If you're enjoying it, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.